Hey guys, this is Jess, and today I am filming my September wrap-up and my October TBR. For the month of September, I did not do as well as I was hoping. I only read 5 books, but it's not bad, it's just not extremely good. So the first 3 books that I read in the month of September was the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner. I don't want to spoil you for what happens throughout the entire series, so I'll just kind of give you a preview to the first book, The Maze Runner, which is about a guy named Thomas. He wakes up in this place called the Grove, and there's these other boys who are there too, and no one remembers who they are. The only thing they remember is their name. They remember like general phrases as far as like how to talk and what certain things are, but they don't really have any idea of who they are or what has happened in the past. They're all stuck in the Grove, which is surrounded by this maze that they can't figure out, and basically we're trying to figure out who put them there, why do they put them in this maze, how are they going to get out. To be honest, not a huge fan of the Maze Runner series. The only real reason why I read them was because one of my friends, she is a huge fan of the series, and I read them as a courtesy to her. But to be honest, I probably would never have picked them up in the first place if it hadn't been for her. I gave each one of these books 3 out of 5 stars. For me, it was more like a 2.5, but I gave it a 3 because that's all. They don't have 0.5s scales on Goodreads. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and just yeah, it's not my favorite dystopian trilogy. It's not my favorite series in general, but it still has an interesting idea behind it. So yeah. The next book that I read in the month of September is My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga, or Wanga, I'm not sure. This is about a girl named Aisel. She is wanting to commit suicide, and she's scared that she's not going to be able to go through with it, so she decides that she is going to this website online where people communicate online to find suicide partners. She meets up with her partner. We kind of get a feeling of why she's doing this and why she wants to commit suicide, and also we get a feeling of why her partner wants to commit suicide, and from there they just kind of like lean on each other, and the story kind of takes off from there. It's a really beautiful written story. I don't want to give too much away. It's one of those books that you really need to pick up to be able to really enjoy the story. It's not something that you want to be spoiled for. But also, fair warning, there are triggers in this book for thoughts of suicide, so be aware of that when going into the book. The next book that I read for the month of September is Faking Normal by Courtney C. Stevens. It's about this girl, Alexi. Something has happened to her over the summer, and we don't really find out till later on what that something is, and I don't want to give it away, but something has happened to her, and now she has this tendency to get in her closet and she'll like scratch the back of her neck till it's bleeding and raw. And we have this other character, Bodhi, and his mother has just passed away, and he has to come and live with Alexi and her family because he has nowhere to live. And we get to kind of see what's going on with him and the issues that he is coping with. They just help one another out with what each of them are going through, and it's a very good read. I would definitely recommend it. That is it for my September wrap up. Now for the month of October, the first book on my October TBR was actually The Martian, which I have already read and completed. I kind of got to this video a little late, so forgive me. Next, for the month of October, I am currently reading The Red Pyramid, which is the first book of the Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan, which I have the next two right here, The Throne of Fire and The Serpent's Shadow. So I will be knocking these out this month, hopefully. And after the Kane Chronicles, I just got this book in today. The Sword of Summer, the first of the Magnus Chase series by Rick Riordan. I am definitely planning on knocking out all the Rick Riordan books because it came out this month and I feel like I need to read this book before October ends. I gotta, so yeah. Next, for the month of October, I decided that it would be fun to read more of a ghostly haunting kind of book in celebration of Halloween, and for that reason I have chosen Mary the Summoning by Hilary Monahan. Bloody Mary is like one of my favorite lore stories, so yeah, I can't wait to read this adaptation, and I've always wanted to read an actual book adaptation of the Bloody Mary legend, so I'm real excited about this. So I will be reading this for my little haunting book for October. And that about wraps it up for my September wrap up and October TBR video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye!